1 week of D&D. That's kind of how long this took. So when I start a new campaign, what I like to do is do an individual solo session with each of my players. These sessions are typically designed to explore the character backstory and give them a little bit of extra motivation for the campaign. So, for example, my last campaign, absolutely everybody had a loved one kidnapped. It felt a little bit contrived to try and do that again, so this time we did something different. I tried to differentiate everybody's backstory, but as you'll see, they all have to kind of come together in some way before session 1, because otherwise, why would they care about each other at all? I don't know. So this is a compilation of all of those solo backstory session things that I have done for the upcoming Patreon campaign. We had a lot of fun in the last campaign, and I really hope that this one lives up to that as well, and we have a lot of fun again. And if you're interested in joining one of the Patreon campaigns, or even playing some of the one-shots that I do, check out the Patreon and join the Discord, because that's where we run these things. And obviously I'm running this campaign for the patrons, so I'd love to give a great big thank you to all of my patrons, especially the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon. And without further ado, I introduce you to the campaign Odysseys of Öskular. You are on board the Rattlesnake, its tattered sails and creaky hull braving the stormy seas, rattling like its namesake. The enemy is closing in, but you find yourself in a daze. Looking over your shoulder, you see Stu, his mighty red beard blowing in the wind. A dwarf with a couple extra inches. Giant's blood in my veins, he'd always say, sure to size up to every dwarf he meets. Corda! Secure the sails and reef them tight! We can't afford to be caught! Give me a survival check, please, for vehicle handling.
Survival. Okay, survival check. Boom. That's a dirty 20.
Nice, okay, right. So, or you pull the sails down with a rope and tie it around a big wooden thing.
The rigging and shit.
Yeah. And then there's Cook. He's always been a bit of an oddball, even for an orc. But he's an excellent sparring partner and an even better brother, although he'd never admit it. Hold on to your britches, kid. This storm's got a grudge. As a
I think I
wave,
should be the one telling you that, Cook. Hold on.
as a wave bashes into the side of the ship. Give me a dex save.
Dexterity saving throw. Giving you that now. That's a 11.
11, barely. Okay, so you managed to hold your footing. Prevent yourself from slipping on the slick, wet floors.
Gripping onto the pole that she just tied the rope to.
Yes, yeah. Captain Ambrose stands at the helm. Her rusty red hair is as tattered and soaked as the sails she commands. The look in her eyes isn't as scary as it once was. It's almost sad. The rattlesnake survived worse. Just brace the masts and keep her steady. Give me a strength check. So what you're doing now is pulling down on these ropes and tying them down to prevent the masts from actually bending in the wind.
Okay.
Prevent them from snapping.
Just a flat strength check?
Yeah, you can add your proficiency on top because it's technically vehicle handling.
I will roll athletics then, because that'll just be strength plus.
Perfect, yeah.
That is... Oh, that's a 9.
A 9, okay, so...
Yeah, I think the ropes are a little bit slippery from how fierce this weather is.
Yeah, as you pull tight, you feel the rope zip out of your hands, burning, just pulling your skin along with it. The sail, the main mast above you just snaps in half as it tore behind the ship with the wind.
She grips her wrists from how sore it was and just she's like, "Shit! Take cover!"
You see, you see Captain Ambrose duck as the sail flies overhead, and the rope whips past her so fast that it like nearly cuts the other mast in half behind her. On the other mast, towards the front of the ship, Kavana sits on the crow's nest. The gnome is a newer addition to the crew, but her expert aim means she's as good with a spyglass as she is with a crossbow. They're on our sail. Sail. They're on our tail, Captain.
Technically not lying.
As you turn and look behind you, you see 3 massive ships, 2 or 3 sizes bigger than your own, on the horizon, making their way towards you. The wind does not seem to be damaging their ship as much as the creaky old home that you're standing on. You see...
This is hardly fair.
That had nothing to do with that, Corda. You see flags on the ships behind you. Roll me history to see if you recognize the flags.
History, that is 18.
18. Great. Okay. You recognize it to be the Aldor Bana trading company. A very wealthy and very notorious trading company and cargo kind of delivery company. So they basically ship goods all over the world. But they've got pretty dark history under their belt as well.
And evidently pretty big guns.
And pretty big guns. Speaking of guns, Horud. We'll slow him down! Corda, the cannon!
Aye, let's move it. If we can slow him down even a slight amount, it might help.
Side by side with Horud, the mighty Goliath, with a heart of gold and fists full of gunpowder. Through thick and thin and all over again, you'll always have each other's backs. Roll to attack. This is a dex attack, so it's just going to be straight dex plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency. Okay, I'll add a +2. Is it a +2 for proficiency?
It should be for yours, yeah.
Yes, for level 3. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Awesome. Okay. So, you see, by the way, this is your, you wrote Horrid. Is that how I should say that?
Horrid, yeah.
Horrid. Okay, cool. So, you see as Horrid takes what appears to be a cannonball, picks it up and lights it. You see it start to sizzle at the top, and you know exactly what's about to happen. She pops it into the front of the cannon, and you take aim and fire. You watch as one of the ships in the distance just tips over instantly. Flames bursting up from within. Kavana gives you a cheeky smirk as you work well together. Unfortunately, roughly the same time, a cannonball hits the rattlesnake, sending Horud overboard. You can roll me strength or dex to try and save her from hitting the water. This is a very quick kind of instantaneous reaction.
I'll go for strength. This is gut instinct 9.
9. Wait.
9.
9 plus? Just 9?
That was a 6 plus 3, so 9.
Horud falls into the ocean. The ship rocks back and forth and knocks you further back into the ship as Horud disappears into the water.
Shit, no!
You hear from above Kavana. Captain, the fog's too thick. I can't see a thing. Another massive wave thrusts against the ship's creaky hull. Give me a dex save.
Dexterity save. Bang. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay, you are thrown over the edge. You're hanging on by the tips of your fingers. Cook is close by. If anybody ever had equally measurable muscles to old Corda here, it would be Cook. He throws his hands down and attempts to pull you up. Okay. So, you manage to grab hold of his hand, and as he starts to pull you up, the wind, the rocking of the ship, and just how slippery everything is makes a turn for the worse, and you can feel your hands slipping from his. What do you want to do?
So I just have one hand.
One hand in his, and one hand like barely holding on to the ship, or hanging loose. It's up to you.
Well, if it's not hanging on the ship, I'm grabbing onto the ship as best as I can.
All right.
I don't know what else I could actually do here. I could try and call over to Stu, or anybody else, or Walker. Whoever I know is close by, basically. I call over to whoever's close by, just to someone to help.
Cool. All right.
And hopefully Cook does the same.
Yeah, sure. You just so yourself and Cook shout, and Walker makes his way over. So you, as Walker arrives, he pulls on the back straps of Cook, and okay, yeah, with that, all three of you are kind of pulled back onto the ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, he launched over with like a wave as well.
Yeah.
Landing straight down.
Specifically, yes. So, so as Stu was making his way over, Walker is pushed into Stu as another wave hits the water. Stu manages to hit the ground, but Walker goes overboard.
And is he too far away, or?
He's too far away from you, but Stu says, "Man overboard! It's Walker, man!" He quickly ties a rope around his waist and hands the other end to you. Don't let go, you hear? You know old Stu has the swimming legs of a rock and sinks twice as fast. And he jumps off.
Just stay afloat this one time.
Alright, so give me a strength or athletics. Athletics is good.
Yeah. That's 12?
12 is just enough. You feel the rope become almost weightless in your hand, and you are you kind of like fall back a bit. You bump into Cook, but you manage to keep pulling. Strange as the lightness of the rope became, it becomes all the more evident when Walker is the only one to come back.
Walker, where's Stu? What happened?
The rope, it snapped. Stu, he's gone.
I immediately try and charge past, get a close look at the water, see if I can catch any glimpse of him.
You do not. At the same time, though, could I get An investigation check.
Investigation. 4.
4. Cool. You see nothing out of the ordinary, although the quickness of Walker's return is certainly suspicious. Land ho! Hold on to something! Kavana shouts from the crow's nest. Ambrose just says, "Gods, blind me." From out of the thick, swirling fog, a rocky shore appears from nowhere. It's like slow motion now. The rattlesnake, your home, crumbling against the rocks as though it were made of twigs. Your friends, your family, thrown through the air into the murky fog, screaming your name. Corda! 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 You wake in your tent. Nara, the Tannoy shaman, has been looking after you for a few weeks since you recovered.
Yeah, wakes up like a cold sweat, just like panting, clutching onto her chest. Shit.
As you look at Nara, her piercing blue eyes remind you of the sea. Kind, gentle. And then with a slap, Nara slaps you. Wake! Wake up, girl! More of that boat of yours is washed up. Think you can handle clean up?
As sure as your fist can go across my bloody face. I'm injured. I'm recovering.
Well, you don't look bloody injured then. Oh, she turned Scottish. You don't look bloody injured anymore. You feel a welt on your face.
A what?
Like swelling.
Oh, right. Motherfucker.
So you follow Nara. You are. It's been a while since you've been in her care, and slowly but surely you're starting to be able to walk completely, on your own again.
By myself. As we're walking, I'll say, Nara, was it Nara?
Yeah.
Nara, I'll say, I had that dream again. I relived that same day the ship crashed.
Well, hopefully this time it'll bring you some closure.
I don't know if it ever will. There wasn't any people that rolled up, was there? A dwarf, Goliath, monkey-looking thing.
I've only just heard myself, love. I guess we'll find out together.
Bollocks.
Arriving on shore, you see many of the Tannoy from camp. Most of them have usually kept their distance from you. They're moving the wreckage away from their home, their campsite. Meanwhile, some scavengers have also arrived, digging through the bits and pieces of wood, looking for anything they can sell.
I'm gonna, when I see these scavengers, Corda shit, "Oi!" and just like fucking squares up to all of them. It's like, what the fuck do you think you're doing to my home?
Your home?
It was, and if you lay another finger on it, I'm gonna make sure you've got none left.
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
Intimidation with advantage. That's a 19.
19, okay. This group of middle-aged humans and dwarves all just kind of like stop what they're doing and start like backing away from you slowly. In the distance,
he's like baring her teeth and shit.
yeah. In the distance, you see an anchor. Captain Ambrose always did want that thing replaced. Rusty and misshapen, Stu would always say. but she holds us all together. You're still not sure if he meant the anchor or Captain Ambrose, but he had a particular fondness for both.
Yeah, she like kind of walks over to the anchor. Definitely completely, well, not completely fucked, but in a fairly poorly condition. But she rests her hands on it and thinks back to the first few days boarding the rattlesnake with Stu, climbing atop the anchor, getting shouted at. So she wrests it from its lodged place in the ground and raises it over her shoulder.
As you do so, the earth rumbles beneath your feet. All movement around ceases, and all eyes are on the distant volcano, Mount Asmodeus. As quickly as the tremors start, they stop. But there's something wrong. A taste in the air and a tingle in the skin. You roll me religion.
Religion. I think that's the first religion check I've ever seen, actually. 16.
Oh, you got a -1?
I'm a stupid motherfucker, bro.
Well, apparently not. Okay, so yeah, you recognize the taste as the taste of brimstone. It's got a horrible kind of like rotten, eggy smell, but mixed with kind of heat and fire at the same time.
Yeah, she just like spits, like after the taste goes on her mouth, she's just like, fucking hell.
The scavengers that music's a bit too loud. All right. So the scavengers that you had previously intimidated into leaving are suddenly there's more of them in the distance as well, but these are the ones that are close by. They are suddenly attacking the Thanoi with complete ferocity and completely unprovoked. 3 of them stand before you and stare towards you before charging. So I'm just going to put us into combat real quick.
Yeah, she sees them charging over and she's just fucking grinning. Like, I guess you wanted them fingers broken after all.
Nice. Yeah, you can roll yours. It's in a little swords tab.
In the combat tab?
Yeah.
Can't forget that. I am on a 13.
All right, okay. You go first.
Alright, let me put my drink down. 1 second. Okay. So, let's have a look. See. Right, okay. So, I am going to... feeling that sort of really getting into the zone a little bit. It's been a while since she's been in a fight. She's no stranger to it. Definitely been scolded by Stu a couple of times with how many bar fights she's been starting. But sort of tapping into her past experiences, she is going to just let out some rage, a lot of pent up rage that she's been feeling, and then just barrel towards this dude and like slam that anchor right in his face.
Alrighty, right, go ahead. Make your roll.
Inventory, anchor, attack. Slam that shit in your fucking head.
Nat
20. Natural 20.
Very first combat roll as a barbarian. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Roll that damage. We'll do normal damage, and then we just
normal
add
damage.
the max.
Add 12 to it. Okay. So I like to think like she brings it's like an uppercut, kicking up snow, and like hits the chin, and then brings it back down again to slam on the head.
Ah.
So that's 7 plus 12.
19 damage.
19 damage.
19. Okay, cool. Right.
Wait, no. Sorry, 20, 21 because of the +2 to rage.
Ah, okay, cool. Also, so do you, as a path of the giant, always, like, are you supposed to get bigger just by raging normally?
Uh, if you have the room to, you get bigger when you rage.
Okay.
When you activate rage, you just become large unless you don't have enough space to become large.
Ah, I
Um,
see. Okay.
as I said, I don't know the time period relation to. Okay, so I'm becoming big mode. I
Okay,
guess
yeah.
this is me suddenly being surprised that I'm huge.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Fucking
well, let's say
fucking
as you slam your anchor down uh, on the scavenger, you become you feel the rage kind of building up inside you, and like it's trying to get out, and as it does so, you just feel yourself expand just as that second hit comes down on the back of his head. Um, you also hear just somewhere in the back of your mind, "They're not normal. Don't hold back."
It like sort of freezes her in time for a moment, like completely shocked, trying to process everything that just happened in that split second. Before her teeth are gritted once more, she takes that lesson to heart and immediately turns her attention to the other two.
Okie doke. That's the end of your turn, though. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So, the other two are. So this guy is he dead.
I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he was alive.
That's an accurate representation of what he looks like now.
Yeah, that's probably what he fucking looks like. Fucking pancake.
So, all right. With these other two standing close by, you watch as they instantly fall limp. They collapse to the ground in a kind of broken heap, their legs kind of twisted in unnatural angles, like someone's dropped a doll. And out of their mouths, two fully grown demons start pulling and stretching their way out of these guys' faces, and they just kind of like deflate onto the ground like just like a suit of skin. And it's these things that are going to attack. So so it's going to be one each for these guys. So the first one is a miss. The second one's an 18. I think that hits you.
Yeah, my AC is 14.
All right. Okay. So yeah, just one hit, and we are. Okay. Right. So it'll be this guy over here. Jumps up, and he needs to jump. And scratches, like he's going for your neck, but misses. Right, gets your face, causes this like big scar on your face to kind of like open temporarily, and you like all of that description. You take 3 damage. Okay.
You know what? I take so. Does Barb is that halved?
Oh, right. No,
Yeah.
it's not. So that would be 1 damage.
I'm gonna double check if it you gain wait resistance does that is resistance rounded down or up?
Everything is always rounded down in D&D.
Okay, so yeah, I take I think a whopping 1 damage from that fucker. Yeah, he scratches me and irritates like the scarring on my face.
Yeah.
It opens up a little bit, and I'm just like fucking pissed at this guy.
That is actually their turn over. So back to good old Corda Ren.
Am I so? This is the cheekiest thing I've ever. Oh fuck! I should have asked this earlier, but I'll ask this now.
Okay.
Path of the Giant says when you become giant, while raging, you gain the following benefits. Your reach increases by 5 feet. If you are smaller than large and there's enough room for you to increase your size, you become large.
Mhm.
That first bit, your reach increases by 5 feet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that count as like when someone's a large creature, obviously they have more squares of
Yeah.
like range.
So
Effect. Is this an additional 5 feet on top of that?
I would assume so. Yeah. So you would really be. Let me.
Yeah,
Just
I'd
grab
really
it.
be
You would
like,
be within 4 squares like
yeah.
that now,
Okay, yeah.
and
I'm
then
not sure how that works on
and
the
then
like.
you would be able to hit him if he was here. So
Okay,
you can skip one space to attack him there.
okay,
With because you've got 10 foot reach now.
that's fucking awesome. Right, so
But he's
cheekiest.
here.
Yeah, he is here. Cheekiest fucking question I've ever asked. Can I do a spin attack to hit both of them?
Let me check the AC. Um, okay, if you can get a 16,
If I can get a
you
16.
can hit both of them.
That's the cheekiest fucking shit I've ever asked. Okay. When you make a successful ranged attack. Okay, no, that's a ranged attack. Never mind. Let's just go. Hee hee. Fuck him up.
All right.
19!
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, yeah, you
Stomp
start.
my foot on the ground, wind it up behind me, and just a full-on spin, catching the guy here first, and then bringing him around to slam into this guy as well.
Okay. Right.
I'm like hooking him with the anchor, and they are gonna take. That is 9 bludgeoning damage, both of them.
9 bludgeoning. Okay, that is them. Yeah. I mean, that didn't take. That didn't take very long.
Hard that, baby.
So as let me, I can turn that music off there now. As you take out these creatures, you see the other. You see, there's not very many, and the Tannoy seem to be holding their own pretty well against the other scavengers. But as the last of these scavengers fall, you feel a sudden chill run down your spine. A dark presence filling you up, swirling around you like a suffocating fog. Roll me a wisdom save.
She probably try if it's like visible dark energy and shit. She's probably trying to like grab it and pull it away and shit.
Cool.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, you've done really well. Not a success, but
Not a success. Oh shit.
and as you're like attempting to break away from whatever this is, pulling at it and attacking it with your hands and physical attacks, you basically with your really good roll, you have basically the equivalent of like 2 turns, so like 12 seconds of extra time to do one last thing.
Right. Okay.
You see the Tannoy Nara beginning to approach you, and you feel your rage getting out of your control.
If I Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Like just completely confused with what's going on. I'm gonna book it in the opposite direction.
All right, cool.
Like my thought process is that like she's so fucking fight or flight right now. She has no idea what that is, and is just fleeing.
Perfect. All right. That's probably just saved Nara's life. Despite your best efforts, though, you feel your thoughts becoming clouded, your will slipping away as the darkness finally consumes you. So, you wake up to the familiar sound of your parents bustling around the small room that you all share. Your father, Victor, struggles to stand from his chair, his once steady hands trembling as he reaches for his cane. Good morning, Emma. Did you sleep well? As he gets out of his chair. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I did, Father. What about you? What about you and Mum?
He goes to stand up while replying, and as he gets out of his chair, his cane drops to the floor, and your father begins to fall.
I'm immediately gonna rush over and try to catch him.
Okay, roll me dex.
Straight dex or acrobatics?
Up to you. I'll take acrobatics if you think it's better.
Yes. Oh, that's a 17.
Awesome. All right. So you quickly move over and support your father and prevent him from falling. When you catch him, he starts to sing. I'll always catch ye when ye fall. He says, that's what that fella of yours is always singing to you down at the meadery, isn't it? He's talking about Berkeley. It's a local bard who's serenaded every gal in town more than once, but he's never managed to impress you.
I see. So he's that bard. Got it.
Your mother, Yakisha, gives you a worried look, her eyes glancing towards Victor's cane as she prepares breakfast over the crackling fire. Enna, darling, could you give me a hand with breakfast? Your father's, he's a bit unsteady today.
Yes, of course, Mum. While I'm still supporting my father, I would like to conjure Mage Hand to pick up the cane and kind of give it to him.
Brilliant. All right. Gets scooched down into his little chair, wait for breakfast to be delivered. All right, so he kind of like clasps your hands and gives them a pat and stuff, all with his shaky bones. Yeah, so arriving over when you get to like the kitchenette kind of area, your mother is preparing stuff. She asks you to help start chopping stuff. At the same time, the stove just kind of like bursts up into flame. What do you want to do? She just goes, ah!
Would prestidigitation be enough to put out the fire? Or
yeah, it's not like it's not going to set the house on fire yet.
Yet.
But if you prestidigitation now, it should be fine.
There it is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the new menu.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, so instantaneously let her snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. Okay.
Perfect. All right. The fire goes out, and your mum, your mummy looks over. She's always been a little bit apprehensive about your powers, about your magic, but there are times whenever she learns to appreciate it, and she kind of gives you like a small smile before getting back to dinner or breakfast. After a hearty breakfast and a quick farewell to your parents, you make your way through the bustling streets of Whitebell towards the tavern where you work, the Whitebell Meadery. As you approach, you notice... I will put us back to the region map for now. As you approach, you notice a group of unfamiliar faces loitering outside the entrance, their eyes darting nervously around the street. Do you want to just head in, or...
I'm gonna roll insight to see why exactly they might be nervous. See if they're, I guess, specifically looking at a certain person, a certain building. I guess try to see if I can't pick up on some sort of, I guess, just general vibe. Like,
yeah, perfect.
If they're nervous because they're planning something nefarious, if they're nervous because something might happen. That's a 13. Okay.
13? Okay. Well, they're definitely strange. They're definitely giving you some like some creepy vibes. They notice you looking at them, and they kind of like glance in your direction as well. But other than that, you can't really. They don't appear to be up to anything very specific. They're just loitering okay. menacingly.
It's like the stereotypical gang in an alleyway almost.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Upon entering the tavern, you're greeted rather by the familiar sights and sounds of the bustling establishment. The smell of roasting meat and ale fills the air as the patrons laugh and chatter at crowded tables. In the corner of the room, Berkeley is singing up a storm. I'll always catch you when you fall, but in this world we heed fate's call. In the shadows deep where sorrows sprawl, all gone now beyond the mortal thrall. I'll always catch ye when you fall. Berkeley's looking over at you, as usual. However, something feels off. His famously cheeky grin is missing.
Oh, that's odd. Okay. Alright, I'm definitely going to keep notes of that. But first things first, I'm going to report to my station. If I have a chance to speak with Berkeley later, I definitely will.
Okay. Okay, so arriving over at the bar, the tavern's owner, a hefty dwarf named Thrum, rolls over in his wheelchair and greets you with a hearty chuckle as he wipes down the bar. Good morning, Enna. Ready for another day, serving up the finest brews in Öskular. He slams down a bottle of white bell mead, and for as cocky as his statement is, you know it to be true. People come from all over to taste white bell mead.
Ah, of course, Thrum. Another day in paradise.
You spend the day kind of bustling around the tavern, taking orders, delivering drinks, and chatting with the regulars. As the evening wears on, the atmosphere grows rowdier, and tensions start to rise. There's a group in the corner over here, smashing bottles and getting angry. They appear to be playing cards, and somebody was dealt a bad hand, and they're kind of not very happy about it.
Well, I'm definitely gonna walk over there and try to see if I can't calm down their situation. I guess first of all, as I walk up, I know that they're rowdy. Do I detect any sort of, like, malice, or is it just general anger?
general anger, yeah, 100%. Like, as you get closer, one of them slams down his cards. At the same time, just like dislodging like the poker chips in the middle of the table and it's just made a mess. The game's clearly over, and he's shouting at the other people, "You're fucking cheaters! The law here!"
What races am I looking at?
You are looking at well, the angry one is a dwarf, just because I did a Scottish accent. The other two are humans.
Okay. Alright, well, I will approach and just, as nice as I possibly can, I'll just open up by saying, "Good evening, gentlemen. What seems to be the issue here?"
These two are fucking cheaters. And he holds up like a broken bottle that he's recently smashed. Not immediately attacking them, but kind of pointing it at them as he says, "He's got cards up his sleeve. I seen it."
Would I roll insight to see how inebriated this trio is?
I mean, yes, yeah, you can.
'Cause I know it's a dwarf, and I know they can handle their ale. I just don't know if he's actually managed to hit that threshold.
They seem completely pissed.
That much is for certain. Okay. Alright, well, I will, first of all, keep my distance as much as I can while still kind of being in between the other two. I will conjure Mage Hand, and I'll kind of use it in a way to kind of just press down on the bottle a little bit and try to diffuse the situation, speaking softly like, "Yeah, it's not fair when others cheat, I understand that, but with all due respect, do you think that you..."
I'm not cheating, he's fucking cheating. Now you've upset the other guy.
I'm not accusing anyone of cheating. I'm here listening to what's going on, trying to keep the situation on the down and low. You all are disturbing the rest of the patrons.
As you say that, you look around, you can see that like there's a bit of ridiness going on in a few parts of the tavern at this stage. You're kind of used to it, to be fair. You are serving in a mostly dwarven population. You've got used to the bar fights.
Yeah.
But as you, could you please roll me persuasion?
Persuasion, I got you.
Nice. Okay.
21.
Yeah, you as you push the bottle down and you use your lovely dwarvish infused accent from living here for a while. You manage to calm down the trio. Nobody's taking blame for the situation, but they all kind of like, all right, let's just how about we play a different game? Ever heard of jacks? Fine, but no money. All right.
I think that might be a good solution. I hope you all keep enjoying the rest of your night and keep enjoying the atmosphere. Let me know if you all need another round.
Yeah, and you just hear, thanks, Enna. Thanks, Enna.
Of course, dearies. Alrighty. What other, you said, is it the entire kind of tavern is a little rowdy, or did you say there was one specific area?
Oh, well. So, one particularly belligerent patron, a burly human with a wild look in his eye, starts to pick a fight with Thrum over a spilled drink.
Okay, that gentleman. All right. Well, hearing that and looking over and seeing someone mess with my boss, first things first, I'm going to start walking over there, conjure Mage Hand to immediately pick up the glass, and if I'm correct, Mage Hand is not concentration. It's not. Perfect. Okay. So while Mage Hand is picking up the glass and bringing it back into the dish room for it to be cleaned, I would also like to cast Prestidigitation to clean up the mess.
You're handy to have in a tavern.
Oh, no. I've tried to build Enna the way I would use these two spells.
Awesome.
Like, using Prestidigitation to either make sure a drink is incredibly cold and frothy when it shows up, Mage Hand to help deliver drinks while I'm taking another order at a table. That was the whole idea. The fact that
awesome. That's
Ano
so good.
really, really likes using her cantrips, Mage Hand and Prestidigitation, especially Prestidigitation because of how useful it is in a tavern setting, making sure that you can ensure that the brew, if they say there's something wrong with the taste, you can make it taste a little bit better just to please them, even though the brew is already good by Anna's standards. Just utilizing all of these different things like chilling, warming, flavoring, cleaning or soiling, lighting candles. So if I see a candle has gone out or something, while I'm halfway across the room, I can just relight it as another party sits down. She really loves using those two spells. Those two spells are her favorite spells.
Well, as you expertly use those to clean up, I think you have to go around the tables.
Yeah, so I will maneuver, get all that cleaned up, and approach behind the gentleman and doing the same thing. Just kind of politely ask, "Good evening, sir. I'm sorry. What seems to be the issue here? The spilled ale?"
As he turns around, you realize you're already familiar with this particular patron. He's always been quite a problem, but the thing is, he's also quite the customer. He'll come in and drink all day. So
Okay. I've had a couple of those kind of customers out of my dad's place, not gonna lie.
yeah. So he is totally wasted and doesn't really appear to be to care much for what you're saying. He pushes off of his seat, essentially shoving you aside. His fists are balled up and he is ready to throw hands with Thrum.
Well, I'm immediately going to take the dash action and try to dash to block the entrance.
All right, okay.
That way he can't get past. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm going to need you to have to calm down or you're going to have to leave. And I really don't want to have to kick out a loyal patron like yourself.
You think you scare me? I ain't scared of nobody. And he takes a swing at you.
Okay, then. Depending on what happens after this, I already know what my next step is going to be.
Okay, well, he got a 7, so I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Oh, yeah, I have an 11.
Cool, so he throws his fist round, and I mean, like, he puts all of his weight into it, and you just quite gracefully duck out of the way, as it just goes right over. He ends up punching himself in the shoulder. He's swung that hard.
All right. Well, while he's recovering, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. There's nowhere I can focus this where it doesn't hit other people.
To be fair, these guys over here, they're
Oh wait, right there.
oh,
Right there's all it hits is me and him. Because I'd assume Throm has like kind of backed away as much as he can, and even if he does go to sleep,
he's not on the fire. He's like,
yeah. So that's actually perfect if I guess center it there for gameplay mechanics. But I just want to try to get him to go to sleep.
okay, cool, perfect. All right. So, all right. Yeah, that is more than enough. Yeah, he 100%. I was about to press the dead button where he turns into blood. That's not the sleep spell. That's power word. Kill everybody within a radius. Okay. Yeah. How do I? There's a sleepy one. All right. There we go. Yeah. So he just kind of falls over to the ground. Also, at the same time, you've heard a thud in the other room there.
Alright, well, seeing that he has been incapacitated, I'm immediately going to head back there and see, hopefully, who else I have accidentally put to... Oh. I accidentally put the cook to sleep. Alright, well... I'll just head over to the sink, grab a little bit of cold water, use prestidigitation to make sure it's ice cold, and then I'll just kind of dip my fingers into it and splash a little bit on his face, try to wake him up again.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you managed to wake him up. He just looks at you and he goes, "Go for the sake of the gods, Enna.
Sorry
You
about
could
that.
have let me sleep a bit longer." Before he gets back to work.
Sorry about that, but howdy patron. Didn't want things to get ugly.
With the rowdy patron kind of finally subdued, you breathe a sigh of relief as Thrum approaches, grateful smile on his face.
You alright, Thrum?
Aye, well, thanks for handling that, Enna. Who needs a bouncer when we have you, eh?
I mean, if it weren't for my, to put it bluntly, meek frame, perhaps I could have gone into the adventuring life, but taverns and hospitality, that's what I've always known. It's what I've always loved. Now, do you
Well, we
happen
wouldn't
to
have it
know-
any other way.
Now, do you happen to know where the nearest guard might be? I think our little friend here needs to have a word with some of the guards.
He says, they're usually on patrol this time of night, but it's about time we closed up for the night anyway.
Alright, I gotcha.
He says, don't worry about this, I can drag a sleeping man out by his hair. I've done it before.
I wouldn't hold it past you, I'm sure you have, Thrum. Alright, well, let me see if anyone needs any last minute drinks before we shut everything down.
Alright. And with that, you get you make your way around the tavern. Everybody, you've spent pretty much the whole day here at this point. Everybody just says, "Oh, thanks, you know. You really got him good." And like everybody in town knows Enna, you know. She's the magical wench, right? And
I will say, I did see that you deleted Berkeley. If I see him start to walk out, do you mind if I just call to him and say, Berkeley, after I close up, do you mind having a word with me?
He says, yeah, he says, yeah, do you know what? I'll catch you later, Enna. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Don't worry. And he,
Alright then, suit yourself. Talk to you later.
he heads out.
Alright.
He seems to be in a bit of a hurry.
Okay. So, the smile might be personal issues. I'm still gonna keep that in mind though, because even though, from what you've said, he has tried to hit on me, and I have denied because he's not my type, he's still a part of the White Bell Meadry. So, I definitely still want to make sure he's alright, because he helps bring in the customers. And I'm sure he's genuinely, or at least from what I could tell based off what you've told me, he's nice enough. He he doesn't seem to be hostile.
You've never had a problem with him other than he oogles you and you're not into it. But like he's he'll take no for an answer and stuff like that. He's not aggressive or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
I gotcha.
He's just a bit of a creep. No, he's not even a creep. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about that.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like he's not gonna stop, but he's not gonna push his boundaries.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I mean, I can respect that. I can respect a man who tries to go after something, but as someone who's not a woman, I'm not sure.
Exactly.
That might be like. I'm sure I've encountered other people like that though, especially if they're drunk, where they oogle over me. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Right. With that, where did I put my notes? Dearie o me. All right. So. As you make your way home through the quiet streets of White Bell, the events of the day run again through your mind. It's strange seeing new people in town. It's strange that Berkeley was not quite his chipper self. The streets are usually bustling with activity, but right now they're kind of eerily silent. You arrive home and push open the door and step inside. Your parents are nowhere to be seen. An emptiness fills the room. Roll me perception.
You got it. Hand. Oh, actually, wait. I have a sound for this. Hold on. In my other D&D server, we literally have numbers for roll results.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you notice your father's cane lies abandoned by his chair. The fire in the hearth has long since burned out, and cold dinner sits at the table. As you approach the table where your parents would usually be sitting this time of night, a piece of parchment catches your eye. Your heart sinks as you recognize your mother's elegant handwriting. Dear Enna, we have gone on important business and will return soon. Your father and I love you very much and want you to stay safe. Remember, the stars, the rest is smudged and illegible. Roll me investigation.
You got it. Not the best of those. Yeah. Oh, wait. I got another one. Oh, hold on a second. 7! The best part is that one's actually a dwarf from Deep Rock saying that.
I can't even think of the context for him saying that.
He's slapping dice that are in the drop ship.
Oh! I've never heard him do that. Weird. Anyway, right. Okay. So, despite the you can't decipher the text. Maybe you'll need to get an expert or some other method of trying to decipher this smudged text. But despite the reassuring words, a sense of unease gnaws at you. Something obviously doesn't feel right about this. Your parents would never leave without saying goodbye, especially not with such vague explanations, and especially not without your father's cane.
Yeah, that immediately raised some red flags in my head.
As you ponder the meaning behind your parents' departure, you hear a commotion outside. Peering through the window, you see Berkeley outside your house, tuning his lute again, when suddenly the ground begins to shake. You can feel it in the house and you can see it outside. Some of the townsfolk also come outside to investigate the commotion, as well as a hooded figure you kind of recognize from outside the tavern.
Was it one of the loitering guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Within moments, chaos erupts within the group, and the townsfolk are attacking each other in the streets.
Oh.
Berkeley begins to knock on the door, then bang, then kick. Enna! Enna, help! Before you can react, the townsfolk rather, burst through the door, trampling over Berkeley, their movement swift and purposeful. With weapons drawn, whatever they have on them, be it kitchen knives or whatever they took out of their houses, they advance towards you, their faces contorted with malice.
Oh.
And then I will...
Crap. Oh, my parents are fine. That's a relief.
Delete.
Oh, Dad!
Delete. Okay, and then I just need to... Let me get a fun... Usually have it ready, but I got it all mixed up just now, so give me a moment. Okie doke. Oh, do you know what? Actually, it'd be better if I... copy this. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, no problem.
Made a mistake. That, and then unhide. Yeah. Okay, here we are. Okay, right, so you are probably about here, right. So, first of all, I'm going to get you to roll your initiative.
You got it. Dang, that's not good initiative.
No, that is bad initiative. Right, okay. So, you have the commoners, the townsfolk approaching you. At the same time, you see Berkeley stand up slowly in the back. They don't know that he's there. Oh, moving Invisidad. But these guys are going to get up and they are going to make their attack. So it's just going to be 2 of them for the time being. Okay. Neither of those hit. So it is your turn. So yeah, they're swinging at you with like I said, kitchen knives and things like that.
First things first, can I roll insight to see if Berkeley is under whatever these commoners are under?
Yes, you may. You cannot tell.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and use Favor of the Gods. That way I can roll 2d4 and add that to that 8.
Okay.
Because I really need to know if I have an ally here. So that's only an 11.
For an 11, you notice his movements are staggered. At first, it appeared possibly to do with a limp, but you see that his arms lie limp at his side as he stumbles towards you. It does not appear to be in his normal mind.
Crap, that's not good.
Still your turn.
Okay. And is it just these commoners, or are there more people?
There are more people, but not all of them are coming in here. Oh, wait, actually, that's a good point. This guy is more along the lines. So one of these guys in here isn't just a normal townsperson. He's one of the hooded figures that was outside as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Well. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and open up with another casting of sleep.
Holy. Okie doke.
Because even though the cloaked figure, like, obviously is an outsider and it's definitely malice, the others, they're commoners. I don't want to hurt them.
Hey, smart.
If I don't have to.
This is not how I expect this to go. Okay, right. Interesting.
So there's 25 HP.
So what that does is it lowers, doesn't it, every time? So it's like minus
basically
them, minus
lowest
them, minus...
HP first, and then you keep subtracting lowest HP first until all the HP is gone, and any creature that's reduced to quote-unquote 0 HP is put to sleep.
Okay,
Unless they can't be put to sleep magically.
Yep, okie doke, so that's... Okie doke, that is... Those 3 are... Wait. Sorry. It's been a long time since I've been using this. I'm adding things to combat. There we go. Okay, so those 3 are asleep.
Okay, nice. So that means Berkeley actually has more health than them. Damn. Okay. Alright, well, with the 3 of them asleep, now I'm going to kind of, now that the immediate threat is gone, look up to Berkeley and say, "Hey, oi, Berkeley, are you alright?" Just see if, like, he says anything or reacts to let me know he's not under that effect.
He does react. He says, what does he say?
I don't know, you told me.
He says, I'll always catch you when you fall. As he keeps stepping forward.
Bloody hell, Berkeley, don't make me do this. Well, since they are all asleep,
It's his turn now. Have you got anything else?
Well, that was my action. I'm just trying to look and see at everything I have. Those are all actions. Okay. I guess I'm just going to use my movement to...
These guys are flat on the ground, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I might be able to possibly put something between me and Berkeley to see if I could possibly get out of here, or at least stall for time.
Well, you're aware that there's a window over here.
Yeah, I know about that one. I do see that one here.
And then this is a wall that would be between you two if you did decide to go that way. It is like a willow kind of weave wall, so you can see through it and stuff, but you're not going to be able to. Like, you won't be able to walk through it, for example.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll just go around the corner here, using my 30-foot of movement. Keep my back as best I can. Like, I want to try to see if I can keep my vision on Berkeley, just to keep track of him. And also take a glance outside this window and see if there's anyone else outside.
Yeah.
Kind of just get a sense of my surroundings to know what my options are.
Cool. So, as you do look outside, you see that it is absolute chaos. Most of the town seems like they are outside at this point. A lot of them don't appear to be affected by whatever's happening, but are fighting off those that are.
Okay.
So, time for his turn, yeah?
Yes, yes.
So, as you look towards him through this kind of willow weave wall, you watch as his head tilts back. His mouth begins to open and stretch beyond any kind of normal human proportion.
Oh, hi there, SCP-096. How are you doing?
As you see something red begin to protrude out of his mouth. Then very quickly after that, his body just falls to the ground. It deflates like a sack of skin. And in its place...
Oh, God.
As it runs... Let's see... to here, then you got there, right? All the while going, I'll catch you when you fall, I'll catch you, I'll catch you.
Shit, okay, is this a one-story home?
Yes it is.
Okay.
But it's still his turn.
Yeah, I want to know my options, whether or not I have to jump out a window and fall a couple stories or not. Oh, shit.
Okie doke. So, let me choose. Does he have... Yeah, okay. So, he's got reach with his tail. That should be able to hit. Yeah. So he's going to attack with his tail because he doesn't have movement to get over to you. So he basically sprints around the corner, like singing this like distorted version of the song before finally kind of swinging around. And okay, that one's a hit. So that is yes. Wait, that's 23. That's it. So So you're going to take 6 piercing damage as the tail kind of like stabs you, as opposed to like slashing. It just goes straight into your abdomen.
Oh god, ow.
That is his turn. So round to you again.
Alright, well, dude, I was gonna say I back up more, but that would do opportunity attack because of reach. You know what? Let's, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Magic Missile, upcast to 2nd level.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be 4 darts at 1d4 plus 1. So,
You should have a little dice calculator at the bottom, just beneath your chat box as well.
yeah, okay. So, and that's each of them is 1d4 plus 1. So could I just do like 4d4 plus 4?
Yep. Yep, you can do that. You can just click the 4. Alright, okay. He is bloodied. Definitely very, very, very damaged. But not quite dead.
Crap. That's really all else I can do. I don't have any bonus actions, I don't believe. Ooh, wait. Ah, damn it, I should have done this first. I just realized I could have twin spell that.
You can still do that.
Okay. Thank you for being gracious. This is the first time I've ever played a sorcerer. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I will spend a sorcery point with that to twin dispel magic missile at 2nd level. That way I get to cast it again, basically.
Yeah. I don't mind if, you know, that's how you do it moving forward as well, you know.
Okay, thank you for being gracious.
Shit, alright. Okay.
Okay. That was actually really effective. Holy crap, I see why people like playing sorcerer.
Alright, okay. So, he... as your magic missiles, like, 8 of them, like, nearly instantaneously come out of both of your hands, just riddling him full of holes as he gets hit. Just bang, bang, bang. It's like throwing his shoulders back one at a time before he just lands on his back, and you just see thick, viscous, nearly black blood coming out of him, as well as a thick smoke. You feel a sudden chill run down your spine as a dark presence fills the room, its malevolent energy swirling around you like a suffocating fog. Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw, you've got it. 15.
That does not succeed.
Ah, crap, okay.
Despite your best efforts, you feel your thoughts becoming clouded, your will slipping away as the darkness consumes you. You get small glimpses through your eyes as though watching it on a screen, as you see your body walk on its own before you completely black out. A snowball hits you from the back.
Not again.
Oh, look, it's the freak again. What's he doing here? Got a cast a hex on us, freak?
The mocking of the children ignites a smouldering anger within you, burning hot in your chest, your fists clench tight and your muscles coil like a spring as you prepare to lash out at your tormentors. Another snowball laden with small rocks hits you on the head. Give me a wisdom save.
Alrighty.
This is to control your impulses and resist attacking back.
Okay, 1 second.
Perfect. Literally on the dot as well. I set that pretty high. Okay. With a deep breath, you quell the rising tide of anger, your resolve firm as you hold yourself back from succumbing to violence. Instead, you stand your ground, your gaze steady as you weather the storm of insults and mockery. Just as the tension threatens to boil over, a voice cuts through the chaos, commanding attention. And I can get rid of that combat music because you were just like, no. No, I'm not going to fight.
Got enough self-control for the both of us, it seems.
So a voice cuts through the chaos. Enough! His voice rings out like a dragon's roar, silencing the children's taunts as they flee, terrified by his presence. It's Caliban. As he steps forward, his tall figure... as he steps forward, he is a tall figure, his presence commanding yet serene. His icy blue hair flows like a frozen waterfall, cascading down from his head and over his shoulders. His wrinkles are like cracks in the glaciers near your home. And his gaze is unwavering as it looks upon you with understanding and compassion. Kisson, I know the turmoil within you all too well, and lashing out in anger will only feed the darkness that dwells within. I am proud of you. However you choose to embrace your power, the world will repay you in kind. And he puts a heavy hand on your shoulder. And obviously, I'm sure you figured it out by now, but you are a child.
Yep.
And he says...
He kind of takes a deep sigh for a moment. I don't understand. You're otherworldly like me. I'm from the Hells, you're from the Fae. At the end of the day, we're both outsiders. All of you lasted this long in this foreign world.
People
Not
simply...
necessarily implying from the
Sorry?
himself, but like as an Aladdin. Sorry. I was saying I'm not necessarily implying he is like a native Fae, but as an Eladrin, he is the closest thing to a Fae that elves can be.
Yeah, that's A-okay. He says, people don't understand, Kisson. And sometimes misunderstanding comes out as fear or anger. But we must help them understand who we are and why we're here. Only then will you command respect. And he says, and I know you hate fishing, but you could at least keep me company next time. As he throws you a hefty catfish. You're cooking. With a hearty chuckle.
Fair enough. I wouldn't want to eat anything you had tried to cook anyway. I chuckle back.
Yeah, you awake from your daze. To the smell of burning fish from your lonely campfire. The memory of that fateful night with Caliban still echoes in your mind. It's been decades since that day, but only a few weeks since you left his lighthouse. The fire in front of you wanes and threatens to leave you alone in the dark.
While Kashan does not really need any external sources of light, the warmth is appreciated. And so he's going to throw another log into the fire and stoke it more.
Cool. And yes, you do have dark vision, don't you?
I have the best dark vision,
You got
Devil's Sight.
Devil's Sight. Awesome.
He
Okay.
is the devil after all.
Okay. As the camp is lit once more, you notice that the fish has attracted company. A bear approaches you from the darkness. It releases a deep huffing sound as it stamps its paws at the edge of your camp.
Sean thinks to himself for a second, looks at the bear, and quickly casts guidance upon himself.
Mm-hmm.
If I can click it. There we go. Before attempting to go and throw the beast a little bit of the scraps to see if that will get it to leave him alone.
Okie doke. So, yeah, you can roll me animal handling, and then you can add that D4 on top.
Alrighty.
And you should have a little, oh, cool. Terrible roll. Okay.
Sean throws the fish bones and it smacks the bear in the face.
The bear
Damn.
roars at you as it stands up on its hind legs before landing back on all four and quickly moving towards you. What do you want to do?
Sean thinks for just a split second about if he should try to charm it or if he should simply go ahead and fight his way through this. He decides that the better way to handle it would just to be more aligned with nature, and he casts animal friendship upon the beast,
Oh, okay.
wasting a spell slot. The bear needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Bear needs to make a wisdom save. Is there anything like his intelligence? His intelligence must be 4 or higher.
Or less. Or less. If it's 4 or higher, the spell automatically fails. I can't use it on like intelligent beasts.
Okay, yes. Yep. Okay. Right, wisdom save. Damn you, wisdom save. And just take that. Okay. Okay, it succeeds. So you
It succeeded.
Yep, you convince the bear that you mean no harm. You accidentally threw the fish bones in its face. Or so it believes. Not many of the people you've met along your journey have been quite as good company as the bear, though. Those willing to speak with you have hinted that the answers you seek may be found to the north, in a place known as the Devil's Gambit. You've been traveling for a few weeks through the mountains and snow and forest and over rivers, and you have found yourself round about here at the time in question. No, actually, you are technically here. Yeah, you're way about there, right? So you're aware that the commotion, regardless of your friendly relationship with this bear, has likely stirred up some of the other wandering beasts in the vicinity, and decide to continue on your journey.
Sean is going to,
Yep.
as he's walking with the bear, pet it and specifically pull free a few loose hairs, not plucking any,
Okay.
but just, kind of getting out some of
Like you're grooming
the
him.
undercoat. Yes. And we'll specifically hold on to some of those hairs in a little pouch. One down,
Alrighty.
free to go. As he thinks back to a spell he had heard about, Summon Beast.
Ooh, nice.
He'll need a feather, a fishtail, and the most important piece, a gilded acorn.
Why
Yeah,
does
never thought
everything
about
need to be gilded?
Mm-hmm. I'd never thought about needing such, a trinket before, but without a mentor by his side, the ability to call upon a friend would be helpful.
True. So, as the bear lets out a bit of steam from his nose with a big huff, he walks off into the back into the forest, back into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Could you give me a survival check or something that you think would be better for using the stars to navigate? I think survival's good, but if you have a different idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say survival versus history, I guess, but I think survival makes the most sense.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. It's not the best.
I mean,
Of
it's definitely, you've got average direction by and then that's also by looking at the stars, so it's still better than I could do. So you press on, traversing over the rugged terrain, through dense forests and across rushing rivers, each step bringing you closer to your destination. The whispers of the stars guiding your every move. After days, which means you can fill up your spell slots if you want. After days of relentless travel, you finally arrive in a small town nestled among the trees. Its quaint streets, quiet, nary a soul to be seen. Seeking respite from your journey and more information, you make your way to the local inn, where warmth and shelter hopefully await. The inn is called the Frosty Tankard. Warm firelight dances across the wooden tables, casting a welcoming glow over the room. The smell of hearty stew and spiced ales fills the air, as what few patrons there are gather at their tables, kind of mostly in the corners of the room.
Sean is going to walk in, hood over his head as per normal, and drop off some gold with the innkeep, requesting a bed for the night and some stew.
No, he says, don't get many visitors around here these days. And he pockets the coin and throws you a key.
He takes it into his hand and just nods.
He points at one of the many empty tables around the tavern and says, Stowe will be with you in a minute. Take a seat while you wait.
Sean will go ahead and do that, sitting down. And then we'll go ahead and just quietly cast disguise self upon himself with his innate magics, taking on the appearance of looking around the tavern. What's the most common species here?
You have dwarves and humans are the most common. You probably
Sean disguised himself as a human.
Cool. Otherwise, you'd be like a 6'7" dwarf.
Yeah, just a little hard to tell.
So as you sit there, the other patrons are conversing in hushed whispers. Would you like to give me a perception check to
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't guidance myself while I'm under this disguise, so I'll just do. I think I just clicked performance, didn't I?
No, perception.
Okay, good. They're right next to each other. I thought it misclicked.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, so as you settle into a corner table, you catch snatches of conversation from the nearby patrons, their voices tinged with fear and suspicion. You hear the name Devil's Gambit at least a few times during their conversation, and it appears to hold quite a dark significance to these to the patrons in the tavern. You can tell generally that they're frightened. Also, because it was 23, you do see another guy by himself in another kind of corner table. He's got a hood up, looks incredibly suspicious, and is chowing down on his own stew as well. He obviously wasn't part of the conversation. It's at this point the cavern swaying, heads over. It's a dwarf. Comes over and drops down the stew in front of you. It's quite a hearty looking stew in a big wooden bowl.
Thank you. And Kashan is going to go ahead and start to eat the soup. Just kind of keeping an ear out for as everyone else try to get some more details into this discussion about, this Devil's Gambit.
Cool. All right. So, you hear a rumor. From what you can tell, most of these are rumors. None of them are cold hard fact, because you're hearing kind of like varying things that wouldn't all kind of match up together. But you hear rumors of a cult operating out of the Devil's Gambit, conducting dark rituals and sacrificing the townsfolk of Frostholm, where you are now. You also hear that they are summoning demons and trying to take over the world. You hear a lot of stuff like that. Mostly people are talking to each other about this stuff as a means of like, don't go out at night by yourself type of deal. Don't travel alone because the Devil's Gambit will get you.
Sean is... Does anybody here seem like they actually know what they're talking about?
You do see there is one of the fellows in the middle of the main kind of conversation that you've been like eavesdropping on, is holding a strip of not leather, a strip of fabric, and it's like torn, but on it you can see like the very distinct shape of a chess piece, specifically a pawn. And he claims to have fought off one of these cultists. You specifically know of the this insignia because it was brought up to you. You were told of this from from Calavan a few times in your youth. But as you got older, the question, anytime you would bring it up, Kasson, damn it, Calavan would
I know what you mean.
Not brush it off, but imply that he has given you the answers that he has, and that someday you'll have to go and find out for yourself. So you recognize the symbol at the very least.
Alrighty. Sean's curious if it's real or not, and he thinks to himself, is this worth investigating? Likely so. He slurps down the rest of his stew and puts his hood back up so he can drop the disguised self as he switches over to a different spell. This one did not transition well over for some reason, but it's Detect Good and Evil. It's one of his spells that he has from the Initiate of High Sorcery.
It didn't
instead comprehend languages popped over.
Oh.
I think like there was an issue where I hadn't selected the spell for the feat at one point, and then I fixed it. But I don't know if maybe it already crossed over my character at that time.
Okay, so you should have that spell though, yeah.
Yes.
And I will get that for you just real quick, just so that it's there for next time. But where did you get the spell specifically? Is it from a fate?
This
or?
is from his background, Initiate of High Sorcery. That along with Shield are two spells that you have access to.
And will those just use your druid spell slot?
No, this is a once per day ability.
Once per day.
He can cast it again. I'll just go ahead and cast the Comprehend Languages for now, because it's the same spell slot, so to speak. But Kashan is casting Detect Good and Evil, which allows him to go and see beings that aren't supposed to be from this world. It's not proper druid magic, but he started to look into this magic to try to get a better understanding of his own nature. In fact, this is how he first realized he was a fiend. When he first cast the spell, all he saw was hellfire. His entire vision consumed by it, because he didn't know to exclude himself from its effects.
Ooh, that's cool.
He's better at it this time. As he focuses, there's just a whiff of smoke as he excludes himself, and he looks for any other outsider in this tavern, or if there's any hallowed ground, unhallowed ground, hallowed object, unhallowed object, or consecrated, desecrated, I should say.
Yeah.
And he specifically can see aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Awesome. So, you don't see it coming off of a particular person, but you do see that there is a faint aura coming from the cloth that the dwarf is holding. But you also see a similarly faint aura near the hooded figure sat by himself. And more disturbingly, just a layer of this aura enveloping pretty much everything. For a moment, you think that it's your own eyes again, before you realize that no, it's almost in the air.
Sean kind of mulls over this revelation briefly. Doesn't really trust himself very well in social situations, but perhaps this outcast will also want a friend, and he will walk over to the other hooded figure and just sit down and finish his drink next to him, see if the guy will strike up a conversation.
He does. He says, sorry, my cat is attacking me right now. Go away. He's just like actually like he's using my back as a scratching post. Okay, so
if you were saying you're telling your cat, or this guy is telling me to go away.
No, so the guy says, he says, you seek answers, do you not?
Doesn't everyone?
Ah, true, true. I may have what you seek, but the path is fraught with danger.
So are most paths in Öskular. Okay.
Well, perhaps you will find those answers today. Follow me, Kasson, and I will lead you to the truth.
Thinks to himself, I didn't give my name, but can I go ahead and do an insight check into this guy? See if he's seems to be preying upon Kashan in some way.
You may. Exact same rule as last time. Cool. So, you are under the impression that the name slip was deliberate and subtle enough so that others might not pay attention to it, as though I know who you are. Let's not make a big deal out of this right now.
Very well. And Kashan will finish his drink before getting up and following the man out of the tavern.
As you follow the stranger out of the inn and into the cool night air, the sense of unease that you had starts to dissipate a bit, as you might finally find the answers you seek. The man doesn't tell you his name, but does say, "We can't talk here. There's devils about, you see." He smiles a toothy grin, the rotten teeth.
I can't help but give a little chuckle at that.
So he leads you through winding paths and hidden trails through the forest, nearly heading back the direction you came, but not quite. As you draw nearer to your destination, the ground beneath your feet begins to tremble. A low rumbling echoes through the mountains, through Mount Asmodeus itself. He turns to look at you. "We must hurry, Kasson. There's no time to waste. The cave is just ahead."
Lead the way.
So he begins running now. As you run after, you can see, he's deliberately avoiding certain parts of the ground, but you're not entirely sure why. But you can either make a perception check or just dex to maintain the same footing as him. Cool. So you see some kind of like very crude, like little rope traps and stuff hidden under leaves. As you look back, you see that he has walked you around other ones as well, so he doesn't appear to be trying to lead you into these traps. He's just in a hurry now. So you're able to avoid those as you continue following. Finally, you arrive at the entrance to the cave. Its gaping maw yawning wide before you, like the mouth of some ancient beast. The stranger leads you into the cavern, their footsteps echoing off the walls as they guide you through the winding passages. He appears to be worried about something, but does not speak. With that perception check from before, I'm just going to add on that you notice traps in here that have been set off, and he is glancing towards those traps with a very kind of worried look in his eye.
Sean kind of just looks at him. Concerned for your friends.
Precisely.
Arriving at a large room carved into the very cave itself, you see 3 cult members. They are each wearing similar red and black robes, standing around an altar. You can very clearly see that they have the symbol of the chess piece on each of them, but the one in the middle has what appears to be a rook. Suddenly, and without warning, the ground shudders violently beneath your feet once more as the cavern walls begin to tremble and shake. The stranger beside you turns toward you as his eyes widen in terror.
It's too late, Kison. They found us.
All 4 men begin to convulse violently, one after another. The stranger that led you in here being the last to fall as they each collapse to the ground.
Sean is going to go ahead and can you tell what's going on?
Not exactly, no. I mean, you've not seen anything like this before, but just from like general folk tales and stuff like that, you're free to like make up your own conclusions, but yeah, nothing like concrete. As you ponder, though, the stranger beside you gets back to his feet, as do the other 3.
You seek answers, do you not? Follow me.
The words sound a little bit strange. It's his voice. They're his words. But disjointed.
Yes.
And he walks
Lead the way.
up to the altar. You're not going to stand right beside him anymore.
No.
Fair enough. I wouldn't either. So you approaching the altar, you can see that on its top side, which is slightly like tilted away from your point of view before, from this perspective, you can see a body stretched out on the altar. It's been torn open, and you now see the source of this smoke. From what you assumed before, must have been some sort of small fire behind there. You see very obviously it's coming from this body. And
You said torn open from the outside or from within?
You could roll me medicine. It'll be a disadvantage without like getting up close and like checking with your hands and stuff like that. So it appears from your perspective more like an animal attack, but it's kind of splayed, so in a way that would imply maybe something came out. And with that, he turns towards you. The others turn towards you, and they, in unison, say, "You seek answers, do you not?" And then he says, "Fraught with danger, danger, follow me." And they all attack. Could you... I'm gonna put you into the thing. There we go. Could you roll initiative for me?
Sure thing. Sorry, it's the combat encounters. There we go.
Awesome. Okay. You may go first.
Once again, I never find the answers I want. The answers always just go away or die. John is going to go ahead and first cast a guiding bolt upon this fella right next to him.
Okay.
Did that go through?
Yeah, you got a 21, so that's a hit.
In that case, this guy is going to take some damage.
Holy. Okay.
18.
Yeah.
Still standing?
No. That blasts him backwards, and he collapses to the ground. That is radiant damage. So it you see as it hits him, just black smoke kind of like comes out of his mouth as he collapses to the ground.
Apologies, friend, but as you said, it's too late. I can't take a risk of you striking me down. And he is going to also go ahead and use his feature which is the starry form of the archer.
Oh, you can press the
As-
little button at the bottom there to activate
Alright.
that as well.
Awesome. Let me.
Might-
I don't see it.
There should be a little picture in your macro bar.
My macro bar has starry form. There we go.
There you go.
This mutters a brief poem he learned about the dangers of summer's rays and launches a radiant attack against this guy here.
Okay, that is a hit as well.
I believe it should be 1d8 plus wisdom. Yes.
Yeah, 1d8 plus
Is
3. You can actually press the damage up at your previous message.
wonderful. Should be plus wisdom, so it'd be 7. Looks like the starry form might need a little tweaking.
Oh no, it's up at the previous message before that. My bad. The archer one.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
okay.
that one has the extra, but that's fine. We can. Yeah, so it would just be plus 3. So you got a 7. 7 is enough and takes that guy down as well. As it does so, again, he gets blasted back. His as his body hits the ground, you see black smoke emanating out of his mouth. Is that the end of your turn?
Sean is going to then go ahead, take a couple of steps over here, and back himself up against this wall before ending his turn.
Awesome. Okie doke. Alright, so we have these 2 left. This one is... Yeah, you can make it over there. Alright, so this one makes his way over here. This one cannot, so instead he comes to here, I think. Alright, and then the one that ran up to you first is going to attack. He takes out a scimitar and slashes at you. His movements are stiff and unnatural. That's a 12. I don't think that's a hit. It's... Cool.
I have my wrong hit.
Cool. So that is a miss, and then we have the other guy, which just need to get this really quick. Contents, actions, bio. So the cool. All right. So he is going to cast a spell. I'm messing this up thoroughly right now. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I've made so many errors in the last like 2 seconds. So I need to do that. And then like, so that's a 16. That does hit. As he puts his hands together, kind of like pulls out of thin air a small ball of fire that he thrusts in your direction.
Sean is going to go ahead and cast shield on that.
Alrighty, right.
And in doing so, he just kind of opens a small tear into the border ethereal with what limited night magic he has.
Cool.
Which
Just
assumes this.
yeah, just sucks it up. Just awesome. All right. He is unfazed by it, but you're pretty sure that's because his face is kind of limp and emotionless right now. That is your turn.
Alrighty. Sean is going to go ahead and first cast Frostbite on the guy in front of him.
Okie doke.
And did that go through? I'll need him to make a DC Constitution save.
Con save for this guy. Okay. Oh, I accidentally targeted my own guy. There we go. Con save. Not one.
All right. Do you do criticals on nat ones for saving throws or no?
We will this time, and I will consider it for the future.
It gave me the option, so I'll roll the critical then.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That is enough to throw this guy back as he falls to one knee, not quite dead, but regardless, he collapses to one knee and then kind of stumbles down onto his stomach, and as his face is exposed, you just see the black smoke come out from him as well. And then still your turn?
Still my turn.
Yeah.
Sean is then going to go ahead and launch a starry blast at this guy here.
Ooh, okay.
At the big boss. So that is going to be an attack roll. That is probably a hit, I'm guessing. 24 is 10.
Yeah, that's a hit. All right.
That will be 9 damage to the boss.
Cool. All right. So he takes that hit. It is radiant damage. Cool. Okay. He takes that. It hits him in the chest, and as it does so, just before I continue, actually, is that the end of your turn?
No. After that, Kashan is going to move diagonally to here
Okie doke.
in order to try to stay out of melee combat as much as possible.
Awesome. All right. So as the radiant damage hits him, he starts he leans his head back, his eyes roll back, and his mouth starts to stretch open. As you watch, it stretches beyond any kind of normal mortal ability before you see something red and bulbous starting to like protrude out of his mouth. Within an instant, the man's body collapses to the ground as an empty sack of skin, revealing only this in its place as a devilish, demonish creature. A fiend stands over the body of what it had just possessed.
I take it you're not here to invite me to the family reunion.
And it yeah, it says it's too late, Kazan. They found us. And you realize that it's still using the words of the first guy that you followed in here. It is going to move over to here. It's unable to do that. Okie doke. And I guess he's just going to have to use the firebolt again, which is a 16. So
He meets it.
cool. So,
I've got to get better armor.
damage. Okay, that is 3 fire damage.
Alright, damage is marked.
And that is the end of his turn.
You keep on saying it's too late. It's too late. Too late for what? For you to die? Why, there's still plenty of time for that. As he conjures up another guiding bolt and launches it at the demon devil. What's it?
Cool.
17 to hit.
17 does hit, yep.
Not the best damage.
Well, it's enough. So, as it hits the creature is like, basically it's running towards you as you hit it with the guiding bolt once more. You blast it backwards as it collapses to the ground. It writhes like an insect as it dies. As it falls, a sense of dread washes over you, a creeping sensation that gnaws at the edges of your mind. Give me a wisdom save.
Ready?
That does not succeed.
1 second. He is a hag. So he might, he's got the Fey ancestry. If it is an attempt to charm me, he has advantage. If it's not a charm, then no.
No, I do not. No, it's not a charm.
Okay.
So, despite your struggles, you feel your thoughts becoming clouded, your will slipping away as the darkness envelops you. You watch your own movement as though through a window or a screen as your body moves on its own before you completely lose sight and end in blackness. Okay, so you stand beside your father, Odmund Sumble, in the bustling kitchen of the Adventurers Guild Hall. The savoury aroma of spices and sizzling meats fill the air as you work together to prepare a charitable feast for a town that has faced many hardships recently. Remember, Sigurd, cooking isn't just about flavours and textures. It's about nourishing the body and soul. Help others when possible, and always make good food. That is the true essence of being a chef. And he hands you his trusty kind of frying pan, and for the first time in a long time, he's just going to stand and watch as you do the cooking. So, I need you to... It's a wisdom roll for your cook's utensils, and because you're proficient, you can add +2 to that as well, so...
Right. So that's
12.
That's 12. Yep.
Perfect. All right. So you have succeeded. You haven't made the perfect meal ever, but you have created a feast that will definitely nourish the body and soul. As a matter of fact, it will provide temporary hit points to those who eat it.
Yeah.
So as your father, as you and Odmund load the cart with crates full of food and supplies, you bid farewell to the Adventurers Guild. It is on the back of a sled, and it is pulled by a dozen or so huskies. This is kind of the main mode of transport around Öskular. There are people that will try to use horses. They are mostly people that have come from foreign lands and aren't quite accustomed to the way of travel here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your horses will probably sink in the snow and not get very far. So you, as a Tannoy, are very familiar with the huskies and generally just the relationship between man and their best friend, Mr. Dog. So you are making your journey down towards the small town of Chillhorn. It's perched on the northern edge of the cliffs, overlooking the vast sea. In the north, you can see an island completely surrounded by fog. People call it the Snow Cloak Atoll. Only visible at certain times of the day. It very often disappears completely into the fog. It's said the people that go there never come back. As you get closer to Chillhorn, can I get a perception check?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, good roll. Okay. You notice subtle signs of unrest as you approach the outskirts of the village. You see that this is a village that you've visited a few times now, but you haven't got to know the people here very well. But you're still familiar enough to notice that there's a little bit too many people outside for this time of day. You can see shop doors and stuff swung open wide. They're usually closed. People around here are a little bit more defensive about their possessions, so they tend to like close doors after themselves and things like that.
Right.
So, as you and your father enter the heart of the village, you are met with an unsettling sight. The once vibrant streets are nearly destroyed. The people around are squabbling in the streets. There's dark clouds gathering overhead, casting a pall of shadow over this once peaceful town. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming my father and I have like a specific destination in mind.
Yes, you
coming
are heading to the town hall in Chillhorn.
Father, should we pass out some food on our way? These people seem to be getting desperate and could use some boost of morale.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better myself, dear boy. Let's park the sled over here and perhaps we can start giving out food right here. That sounds fantastic. So you do so. You hop off the cart, and as you start to unload the crates, you hear a loud scream that sends a chill down your spine, coming from about one street over.
Oh boy. Would I be able to see anything, or is it like...
It'll be... No, you won't be able to see it from your current place. You'll basically have to go and investigate. Or you could, ignore it.
Father, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. And I kind of like go over to roughly where the scream is, but I want to keep a distance just in case it's trouble.
Okay. You head a little bit up the street, turn a corner, and peek down this adjacent street. You see several people in the middle of a brawl. Quite a few, 2 or 3 people are on the ground bleeding profusely. These are all people that you kind of recognize. None of them look like bandits or anything like that. They're just the people of the town. Most of them seem to be kind of not ignoring you, but like barely unaware of your presence because of your distance right now.
So they're actively like fighting?
They are actively fighting, yes.
So I'm gonna come out I'm gonna come out of hiding like onto the side, and then I'm gonna like call out and shout like, "Hey! My father and I came to deliver food to the town. If you would stop fighting, you could have some." And kind of like sort of like try and get them to just stop fighting and help each other, like come and get some warm food, because I'm assuming that's what they're fighting over.
Yeah. So as you do so, you basically get their attention. Some of them turn their attention towards you, while some of them just start running. They just flee. You're aware now that some of them were aggressors and some of them were victims, and the victims have started to run now that the aggressors have laid
wailing on
eye on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
as I like see that are all the victims gone? At this point?
Yes, a lot of them will have run away. There are people that are like unable to run, lying on the ground and things like that.
Still keeping my distance in case I do need to run for like backup. I'm gonna kind of like say, "Well, are you coming to get food or not?"
And they definitely seem hungry because they sprint at you.
I'm gonna immediately run towards the food cart and kind of like hope they're following after me. But I don't want to, like, as much as I want to help the one guy on the ground, I'm like kind of nervous that if I do that, they're just gonna attack me rather than going after the food. So I want to make sure that they're fed and they're focused on the food, and then I'm gonna try and go back and pick the guy up.
All right, okie doke. So you get around the corner, to start heading back towards your dad and the sled and the food. And when you get there, you see that there are a few people on the ground. Your dad is stood in the middle of the street with his frying pan in the air, and he's just going, "And you stay down, yeah."
Father, I see you have some issues as well. A lot of people have been fighting. I don't know why, but we got about 3 more aggressors in. I don't know how many, but however many aggressors incoming.
He says, "Well, son, you've always wanted to see what the adventure in life was like. What better time to start?"
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh.
So the townsfolk that were chasing you start to surround you and your father as you stand back to back. Your culinary instruments are now your weapons of war as you face off against the crazed townsfolk. Now that they're this close to you, you can see that their movements are unnatural. They kind of walk like a broken puppet.
Oh, that's no good.
And what we'll do is roll initiative. So I'm gonna put that there.
Awesome.
I need to change his name to Odmund. Right.
Good old Odmund.
Good old Odmund. All right, Odmund.
Right, okay, so it is your turn first.
Which ones are the ones that were chasing after me versus the ones that were already here?
All of them that are standing up are the aggressors. The ones that are lying down are not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of run over here and try smacking this one with my frying pan.
Remember, son, non-lethal.
Of course, father. Which is why we use the force skillet. Oh my gosh.
Not 20. Also.
Nat 20.
All right. So I have actually set it up now so that when you press critical on the damage, it will do our version of the critical. So you can just use that.
That's how I did on other things. So that makes it a lot easier. All right. That is 9 bludgeoning damage as I just take the skillet with both of my hands and just kind of slap him across the face.
So he goes flying, and is down. Just put a bit of blood on him. He's not quite dead, but don't move him back. Yeah, but he's down for the count, so don't need to worry about him. Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm kind of going to move slightly back to kind of regroup with my father in case anyone goes after either of us. The other one might be able to help.
Awesome. All right, so it's his turn then. He's just gonna do the exact same thing as you. You're like in perfect formation. Go. Not 20. But it's a 19 plus, so it's pretty good. He's old, you know.
Yeah.
So
He still hits hard.
all right. Okay, right. So he smacks the guy, and he also is down for the count. Before regrouping again. Now it is their turn.
Yeah.
All right, so this one's going to come up to you. This one's going to come up to good old Dad. All right. Does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
Nope. Okie doke. So that is a miss. And for Dad's, double check. Just hits him. And it doesn't do very much damage, but he has been hit with a hoe. More of a bonk than a scratch.
Yeah.
And I will move back round to you.
I look at the one that tried to hit me, and I warn him. I'm like, brace for impact, as I swing the skillet at them as well.
Alrighty, right.
That's gonna be a 22.
Good rolls, right? Okay, roll your damage.
Oh my gosh. It's 5 bludgeoning damage.
Max. Alright, cool. Yeah, you smack, and they are also down for the count. Can I get a perception check?
Absolutely. Yoink. Ooh. 11 perception check.
11. Okay. So you notice as the people stop moving on the ground, they begin to basically they stop their kind of weird puppety movement and just kind of fall down like ragdolls. And you catch just something faint, like a little bit of black smoke coming out of their mouths. And anything else on your turn?
I just kind of talked back to my father. I'm like, Father, we might be dealing with some form of magic user nearby controlling already dead townsfolk.
Well, you better watch out then, 'cause the Sumbles are on the case.
So he will use his skillet now. And unfortunately, he whips it as he swings. This particular guy seems to be a little bit more nimble than the others. And actually, for some reason, not in the thing anymore. Right.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to click that.
Oh, good. Right. Okay. So that is another bonk on good old Dad.
Can I
Yep.
use protection as a reaction? Is that a reaction?
I'll have to check your sheet.
While wielding a shield and a creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet. I'm in 5 feet of my father, but I don't know if I'm within 5 feet of them.
I think it means within 5 feet of the target, i.e. your dad, so that would work.
So then would that just reroll? I guess?
I'm just looking for the spell, but I'll trust you, so...
Well, it's a class feature. I put it in the chat.
Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, okay. Reroll then. Yeah, okay. It does not hit.
So as he like swings at my father, I'm like, watch out! And I kind of like use my skillet to block him from hitting my father again.
Cool. Alright, then it will go round to you.
Alright. I'm gonna move in, still keeping like this sort of X formation as I turn over to him and I'm like, not a great day for you, mate. And I swing at him with my skillet again.
Okie doke.
Jeez.
Damn.
What do you want?
Alright, okay. That's a hit. You can roll damage. Oof.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, he doesn't quite go down. But he's bloodied.
This guy's definitely better than the others.
Yeah. Alright, so Dad goes to attack. That is a hit. Alright, okay, so he gets knocked back and collapses to the ground. At this point, your dad kind of, and I'm gonna end combat. Wait, it sounds weird here. Is there like, that's strange.
That was weird and watery. I liked it.
I just need to set this on right. Okay. So you finish the fight. The last of the townsfolk hits the floor and is down for the count. Your dad turns to you and says,
What a adventuring. Maybe you do have it in you. After all.
as he falls to one knee.
I kind of like, I'm already sitting next to him, but I kind of like, you know, bend over and make sure he's okay. I'm like, everything all right, father?
So at this point, he takes his hand out from away from his chest, and you can see that he has suffered a mortal wound, a massive kind of gaping wound in his chest, likely pierced a lung or a heart.
I kind of try and take out my, I take a, I don't know if I'm wearing a scarf or some sort of bit of clothing, but I kind of rip it off and I kind of try and stuff it in the wound, and I try my best to use, to probably no avail anyway, but I try and use lay on hands to kind of heal it, at least to make him rest easier as much as possible.
As you do so, he says,
Son, do not seek out vengeance for this attack, for vengeance leads to nothing but suffering. You truly have adventurer's blood in you. Go forth and make me proud.
Always, Father.
As his body goes limp and you cradle his lifeless form in your arms, those last words echo in your mind.
Is he at least smiling?
I don't know what a walrus looks like when they smile. I imagine it doesn't look great, so I'm gonna say no. But okay, yeah. He's got a pride look in his face. How's that?
That's good enough. That's great.
So the town feels pretty much empty now. There's not a lot of movement in the town. It's very quiet, and from there, you know that your dad's wishes were always to go back to live his final years whenever he retired back at his camp, back at Camp Greywater.
Oh shoot, I forgot. Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I just forgot I should be taking notes. Like, wait a second, that's a name. I don't have notes pulled up.
Yeah, it's all good. I will give you access to the places and stuff after as well.
Yeah. So, so the whole town is like dead silent, I'm assuming. What I would imagine myself doing is I would imagine going towards like the town center and most likely seeing that it's either been abandoned or just more bloodshed, and I would take my father's body and put it on the cart and try and have the dogs bring us back to Camp Greywater.
All right. The journey back to the coastal Camp Greywater is a somber one. The weight of grief heavy upon your shoulders as you carry your father's body home. Memories of happier times flood your mind. The laughter and camaraderie of your childhood now tinged with the bittersweet sting of loss. And then we're going to cut forward a little bit to the Oh, that is not the right music. There we go.
Oh.
So, the Hanoi shaman from Camp Greywater looks forward at the funeral pyre, your father's body laid to rest on top. He looks peaceful.
Though Odmund had ventured far from our shore, his spirit remained woven into the fabric of our community. Though he may have walked a different path, he will always be family, in this life and in the next. May your journey to the next realm be guided by the same strength and wisdom that he shared with us in life. Goodbye, Odmund.
And then she turns to you, and with a torch in hand, you are guided forward to light the funeral pyre.
As I slowly walk up with the torch, I specifically remember his last words about taking vengeance and what he had just said to me this morning about helping others and making great food. And as I light his body on fire, the only thing that goes through my mind is I want to make the best food and share with as many people as possible. And I light the pyre on fire.
As the tears mingle with the salty spray of the ocean, you bid farewell to your father, his memory forever etched in your heart. As the funeral pyre is lit and your father's body consumed by the flames, a black, dense smoke fills the air, and chaos erupts as members of your tribe turn on each other.
Oh boy.
Their anguished cries echoing across the wind-swept cliffs as you stand helpless amongst the carnage. Your father's burning corpse rises from the pyre, screaming in agony as he walks towards you, wailing,
Son, seek vengeance. Suffering, death comes. Help.
what do you want to do? I'm aware I just ruined a beautiful moment, but continue.
No, you're good. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do this if I can. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to see that, and I don't know if you saw what I just did, but I just did a self roll for wisdom.
Yep.
So I'm, on my wisdom roll, I'm gonna be like, that's no father of mine. And I realize that something is like gonna manipulate him, or is manipulating him, and I'm gonna kind of turn, and I'm kind of gonna focus like all of my energy. Is this like combat, or are we just doing this by like kind of?
It will just take turns between you and me. We'll not say it's combat specifically.
All right. So I don't know if it'll let me. That's technically an action.
You can make
But
actions.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna raise my frying pan above my head, and like focus on like the oath of like, not necessarily to a god in particular, but the oath of I'm gonna make great food. I'm gonna help others. I'm going to, do my best to make the world better, and it's gonna like channel divinity of sacred weapon.
Ooh.
And so, like the frying pan starts glowing this like, I don't know, radiant aura as I like ready to attack him. But technically that's an action, so I can't really attack right away.
I'll allow it. You can attack.
All right, so hold on, let me actually press that button so I can yes. So that I know what to add. Ba-da-da-da-da. And then I take the skillet and I go to hit. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Awesome. So then I'm gonna do that, and then I just add to the minute that it's considered magical, and you add to the attack rolls. If they're no longer okay. So I believe the weapon is and you add plus. You add +2 to the attack roll. You don't add plus to the damage.
Oh, I see.
Think. You can end the effect as part of another action if you're no longer holding the weapon, or if you've fallen. Okay, so I mean that would have technically just helped me hit him, but if I already hit him, essentially I just take it and I kind of like bonk him on the head. It's 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right. That is 5 bludgeoning.
It's considered magical, if that makes any difference.
Yeah. I think it might actually, but yeah. You bonk your father in the head, and he falls to his knees. The smoke finally going out, but you still feel the dark presence as he opens his mouth and the smoke begins to come out. Something else comes out as well, climbing out of his gaping mouth. It is a bright red, horned, spiked creature. Your very first thought would be, this is some sort of fiend. This is a demon or a devil.
I should have saved my channel divinity. That's okay, though. It was cinematic as all get out. I'm ready.
So, you are still aware that there's other people attacking each other all around you.
Right.
You can see that some of them must be possessed by the same thing that's possessed that possessed your dad's corpse. What we're going to do is he moves forward, grabs you by the scruff of your clothes, and you can see that he's very weak. He's been bonked a lot, even like from within the body, if you know what I mean. Like, he's also withstood that damage, and as he is ready to fall down and die, this creature grabs you and just blows black smoke into your face. I need a wisdom save.
Wisdom. No, that's ability check. Where's Steve? There's. 18.
18, close but no cigar.
Oh well.
All right, so a dark. You feel. Sorry, despite your best efforts, you feel your thoughts becoming clouded. Your will slipping away as the darkness consumes you. The last thing you see is your body attacking and killing other members of the tribe before you completely black out and lose all control. As you trudge through the relentless blizzard, your body battered by the biting winds and your vision obscured by the swirling snow, you feel your strength waning with every step. Desperation claws at your chest as you realize you won't survive without refuge from this merciless storm that rages on around you. Give me a survival check to try and navigate through this blizzard.
Starting strong.
Awesome.
$16.
Yeah, the thing that looks weird in the chat for some reason. Doesn't usually look like that. But that's cool, right? So 16, yeah, you beat it. So yeah, you continue on. You are in the middle of emptying to climb Mount Asmodeus. You are on a journey, a self-imposed journey to try and meet with the fire giants. You've been told by quite a few people at this point that this is a very dangerous task, and most don't make it up there. But you've you've decided upon yourself that this is a journey and a risk worth undertaking. So with each laboured step you press onwards, your boots sinking into the deep drifts of snow as you struggle to maintain your footing. The howling winds whip at your face, cracking your face plate with icy lashes as you fight against the elements. Just kind of like, it's so cold that it just starts to crack down one side.
Fun. I love that my character wants to go up here to better himself, but ends up fucking himself over. The irony of it all.
The hubris. Goddamn Icarus flying too close to the snow. So I need you to roll me a con save, please. This is to attempt to endure the bone-chilling cold.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, yeah, and with that, you feel your joints stiffening on your like gold-plated body. The cracks on your faceplate are expanding, or rather, they're getting worse as the cold just tightens the metal.
It's warping, you say?
Yeah, essentially, warping to the point of cracking.
Gotcha.
As you continue to stumble, your senses are getting dulled by the pain of it all, but also the overwhelming cacophony of the storm. You catch the sight of a dim flicker of light in the distance. Roll me perception.
All right, it's going well.
Okay, so you're unable to determine what this light source is. It could be dangerous, but it's also the only possible respite that you can think of on your journey. Do you approach?
I will approach. You'll never need glasses, they said.
Never need glasses. Just stuff the lenses into his face. They fell out halfway down the mountain. So you head through the storm and eventually find the source of this light. It is the opening of a cave. The cave's exterior is very kind of unwelcoming. It's surrounded by massive bones of like ancient mammoths serving as the guardians of this place.
Go inside, possibly die, or stay outside and die. I think I'll go inside for now. I'll go inside gingerly. I'll try and stealth it.
Go. You can roll stealth just to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, as you walk, your bones, your metal joints are just with every step. The cave extends into a labyrinthine kind of network of passages. Their walls glisten with obsidian formations. It's clear that this cave formation was just carved out by flowing lava at one point or another. The walls are slick and smooth with black glass.
Nice.
The air is thick with the scent of sulfur, and the distant rumble of volcanic activity echoes through the chambers. Still freezing cold, you can see the source of the light coming from farther into the cave.
Stealth was. I'm still kind of stealth. I'm just continuing stealth because I imagine I would have turned off my audio and just continuing the motion. I can't hear myself creaking. So.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so you've got like, you don't have ears anymore, so you've basically just got like Bluetooth that you just turn off.
Yeah, exactly. It's too loud. I can't hear anything. Just turn off the storm. It's a nice, quiet walk.
It'll be
Painful
useful
walk.
whenever you don't want to listen to everybody chatter around the campfire. You just like beep.
Mute. Mute chat.
Okay, so you head further in, and let's see. You arrive in a large chamber filled with bathed in an eerie kind of red glow emanating from an artifact at the other side of a river of lava, a moat of lava. It glows with a bright red flame, almost brighter than the lava around it. The chamber.
Where am I?
Sorry?
Where would I be?
You are down here.
Oh, I see.
The chamber is dominated by a solitary pillar of obsidian, upon which stands this strange object.
Can I look around?
You
Just a
can.
general perception check.
Yes, of course.
They're 14, not bad.
A bit better, yeah. So, okay, so the very obvious things first. There are massive skeletons in here, belonging to mammoths and giants, but you also see the charred remains of humanoids in the area as well. You see some pottery, possibly urns or something of the like, but it's clear that this was some sort of ritual ground at one point or another. You can roll me religion to see if you can figure that out.
Gotcha. Religion, where is religion? Oh, come on, that was right on the 14.
This happened last time we did our solo session as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I feel like you're cursed with bad rules sometimes.
It's all good.
You do notice one last thing, which is slight movement around this object, this artifact that's at the other side of the moat of lava.
Okay. I guess I'll gingerly make my way over here and get closer to. This looks like a bridge or stairs, actually.
It's both. Stairs that go over the lava, so.
Alright, I'm gonna get up to here. I'm gonna look if this can actually hold up my weight. Can I make investigation check, I guess? Or perception?
Investigation would be better, yeah.
Alright, that's better.
Good. All right. You're just gonna try all the rolls until one works. Okay. Yeah. It appears to be sturdy enough. Whoever built this, clearly a very long time ago, did a good job.
Cool. Just gonna walk over then.
Okay. As you get closer, you see that the object atop the pillar is a lantern. A fairly typical looking metal lantern with that appears to, like a normal oil lamp. But you see a very bright, unnatural red flame inside. Coiled around the lantern is some sort of creature. It's hard to tell what it is. It's red and kind of serpentine and tiny. It's very small.
Can I make some sort of check to figure out what it is?
Yeah, you can roll. Nature would be the best.
I'll roll that. I'll be right back. Someone's calling me.
Awesome. Best roll so far, too. Okay, for a 17, it's a strange little creature. It appears to be what you could assume is some sort of
Fire snake?
Fire snake, some sort of newt. But its features kind of morph and twist. At moments, it kind of looks like a dragon. At other times, it looks like an imp.
Huh. I guess I'll get closer. It doesn't look aggressive.
As you get close, it does not react. It kind of maintains the same movement that it was doing before, but it appears to be kind of either asleep or in hibernation. It's inactive anyway.
I'll touch the lantern to see if that wakes it up.
Okie doke.
That definitely woke me up.
Who dares disturb my slumber? Another mortal? No. You are different. Who are you?
I'm gonna look around, then I'm gonna just take a small bow and say, I'm Wakefield Liquidfire. And
Death?
you?
He kind of ignores your pleasantries in asking him his name. Like that kind of thing is almost beneath him. As he says,
Death that doth knock at your door, Wakefield. A mere breath away from oblivion.
as you can feel your kind of faceplate like starting to like almost completely fall apart.
But I could offer you salvation.
The lantern floats out and hovers in front of you. And then he says,
Or damnation.
and a portal opens behind you, cold air blasting you in the
He's
back.
gonna look around and just think to himself, a lot of them he chose damnation.
Yeah.
Salvation it is, my good man. What do I owe you?
Embrace.
Burn me alive.
25 gold. He says,
Embrace the flames of power that I offer, and you shall wield the might of the Inferno itself. Serve me faithfully, and you shall be rewarded with yet more power beyond belief.
do you take the lantern?
One little thing. You cut yourself off and embrace. I was like, am I gonna kiss this man? But I will take the lantern. Yes.
Okay, you take the lantern. And as you take the lantern, and just for me to double check, do you have Find Familiar?
Yes, I do.
And I saw you chose. You have like an imp and like a pseudo dragon. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, you get your lantern, and the little dragony thing kind of wakes up at the moment that you pick it up, and it very quickly darts towards you. What do you do?
I guess I'm got myself a little pet. I'll just pet it on the head.
Cool. Yeah. It kind of curls up around the arm that's holding the lantern. It writhes and slithers around until it arrives up at your shoulder. And also you have this lantern now, which you can activate with your button towards the bottom of the screen on your hotbar. So you take the lantern, and you have the power of the Inferno at your fingertips, as light from the plane of fire itself, the elemental plane of fire, shines out from the lantern.
Nice.
So you've accepted the offer, and beyond that, the conversation continues a bit, and you learn about your what you needs to kind of give in return. So
Yes. What do I owe you? What do you want?
So we'll skip forward a teeny tiny bit. About a month into the future, you're back in the city of Eretsin. It is the Hobgoblin city that is primarily home to the Ovlazod clan, of which you have affiliated yourself with when you first arrived here in Öskular. As you walk the streets of Eretsin, the weight of the Ifriti's commands weigh heavy upon your shoulders. Your task is clear. Track down the Genasi and force Keru's collar onto their necks by any means necessary, so long as they
By
live.
what? Oh, okay. Alright.
So you've been tasked with finding 5 of these Genasi around Öskular. He has not given you the reason, but simply wants you to place these collars around them. Give me an investigation check as you find yourself wandering around the streets of Eretsin. You're looking for any sign of the... There we go, it's nighttime.
15.
15, all right. So you had... You don't have dark vision, by the way, do you? So I think super handy that you've got your lantern, which you can activate like if and whenever you want. Okay. So you've got a pretty good idea of your surroundings whenever it comes to Ericsson. You've integrated yourself, as I said, into the city fairly well up until this point. So you are aware of the street, right? So you've already found yourself there. With your investigation check, you look around and you notice that in all of these dark, nearly abandoned buildings, a single light is on one of the upper floors in this building here. Just shine your headlights at it.
Alright. 911, open up.
All right.
No, actually, yeah, I open up.
You arrive at the door.
I can't even see that. If that, oh, that's the door. Yeah, I was right there.
Yeah, you arrive at the door, and as you gently try the handle, it is locked.
Okay.
Are we
I have
kicking
some
ass and
details.
taking names, or are we stealthing?
I'm gonna turn off the light and try and stealth in the dark. But I'm gonna try my thieves' tools to break in.
Ooh, okay.
I forgot I had those. I'm just re-looking at this sheaf here. The sheet. By the way, the sheet looks amazing.
It does. I think it's an official like Wizards of the Coast one now. That's your best roll today. So
God damn.
imagine I'm just like no.
Nice try.
You break your lockpick. Right. Yeah. You get down and begin to unlock the door in complete silence. You are able to hear the softest of clicks, and you know that the door is now unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna try some shenanigans here. There it is. Does he have also that? Okay, so I'm gonna have my pseudo dragon familiar on my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and use his senses. So I
Alrighty,
can
right?
hear and see through him. So I have 10 feet of blind sight and 60 feet of dark vision now.
Oh, smart. I'll have to. I don't think I've given you access to that yet, so I'll definitely give you access to, your familiars for the next session. But for the time being, what would you like to do with your familiar?
I'm just gonna see through him and have him on my shoulder.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're going in the dark.
Oh yeah, I can see. I still have my eyes closed, but I can still, see through his senses.
Cool. All right. That's cool. So, are you heading in?
Yep. So let me see. Funny enough, I can have 120 feet of dark vision if I use the imp or the quasite.
Ooh. Well.
Damn, I have true sight. So then, let's see here. I think I'm just gonna open my lamp so I can see for now.
Oh, you should be able to see if you turn it off.
Sure.
Can you?
No.
You can't see?
No, I don't. I just see darkness.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I will get that.
You might need to drop my token again for it to be in effect. There it is.
Alrighty, right. Now I'm just gonna see if I can make it dark. Can you still see now?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, hold on. I will get that. You might need to drop my token again for it to be in effect. There it is. Alrighty, right. Now I'm just gonna see if I can make it dark. Can you still see now? Can you still see now?
Yeah, I can still see now. It's dark.
That's good. It is good that it is dark, as long as you can see. Right. So, all right. So you're on the bottom floor. You're aware that there is likely your target on the top floor.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the top floor. I'm gonna stealthily make my way through the darkness here. Now, watch me fail the stealth check. I can't see what that is. What is that?
That is a 12 against their passive. Yeah, you succeed.
Nice. I'm just gonna make my way up here and continue on.
All right.
Um,
So, from the outside of this door, you can hear someone humming. Quite gently, just humming to themselves.
I'm gonna try and crack the door open just a teeny tiny bit.
Alrighty, right. I'll open it. Oh, you can see through anyway, can't you?
Yeah, I can see through.
Oh, okay. Right. So, yeah, you crack the door open. I'll take your previous stealth for that. I'm not going to make you roll again. Yeah, within the room, you see a fire genasi. You're aware that there are very, very few of these fellows in Öskular, and all 5 of them are to be collared and control given over to. I suppose now you do know the name of your patron, which is Karu Kujem.
Karu?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just looking up something real quick.
No problem.
Um,
As long as you're not looking up like ethics or something, because it's not going to work out.
no. I have no ethics with this character. Don't worry about it. So I'm just looking up something. When a character is paralyzed, do they automatically saves?
I believe so, but I will double check. Oh yeah, I think so. They'll definitely fail Dex anyway. Maybe not like obviously wisdom or anything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, automatically fail strength and Dex.
Okay, automatically fails saves. Okay, that doesn't really. That's not gonna help with what I want to do, but I'm just gonna have my familiar slowly creep up to him, behind him.
Alrighty, right.
And yeah, pretty much. And then I'm gonna have it attack with its stinger.
Ooh, okay. Are you packed to the
Is this-
chain?
Yes, I am.
Cheeky fucker, you. Okay. Cool. All right. So do you have the stat block? Awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. On D&D Beyond, I got everything ready.
Oh, are you rolling on D&D Beyond?
I both. Sometimes I if I want to use the pets, I go on there because I already have
I
an extras.
see.
You can put the pets on extras and just have them direct access. So there's no fucking.
So I think that's what the difference is in the rules. Some of them look strange, so that must be why. It doesn't matter though.
Okay.
So that's cool. You got
19 to hit.
19 to hit. All right. So yes, that is a definite hit.
I don't care about the damage I do, which would be 6, but I care about the Constitution save.
Con save. Alrighty, Rue. So I will get them to do.
Oh my god, I rolled max damage on that. I might just straight up kill this guy by accident.
All right. Okay. So they got a 5 on the con save.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Look at me. Are you serious? Okay, so if they fail by 5 or more, the con save, which was 11, they are instantly put to sleep.
Oh shit. Okay.
The target falls unconscious for the same duration, which is a minute or an hour. Sorry, so they're passed out for an hour.
Oh god damn it.
So I'm just gonna leisurely come
Can
here.
I change my mind?
mind?
It was not Tony. All right. Okay. So yeah, you have made this fellow fall asleep.
I'm just gonna put the collar. I'm just gonna pet my pseudo dragon and put the collar on him.
Okie doke. All right. So as you lean down to put the collar over around the Genassi's neck, you feel the earth rumble beneath your feet. It's clearly like an earthquake. Like you can see from the window that you're next to, buildings in the far distance are shaking as well. And beyond that, you can just about see the tip of Mount Asmodeus as it is starting to spew just molten rock into the air. It's not a full eruption, but there's like the plug type thing has exploded, and it's raining.
You keep cutting in and out a bit.
Do I?
Yes.
I will attempt to fix uno momento. Voice. Is this any better?
Way better.
Okay. All right. So you yeah. So you feel the ground rumble beneath your feet as you look out the window that you're next to. You can see the buildings in the distance are shaking as well. So you know it's an earthquake. And you can see the volcano in the distance, just over the tip of all the houses. You watch as it kind of erupts, but it's more like the plug at the top has exploded, and you just see like molten rock fly through the air. You can immediately hear just screaming coming from every direction all through the city. Also, I need a dex save as you bend down to put this on his neck. This is a dex save to make sure you don't fall.
Okay, I fell.
Yay! He maybe he'll wake up. Okay, so as you land on your back, as dire as the situation seems to be outside, you know you still have a mission to complete. As you get back to your feet and prepare again to try and put this collar on, you watch as the Genasi in its sleep stretches its mouth beyond any kind of natural means, and you can see something bulbous and red starting to protrude out of the Genasi's mouth.
Can I do something?
You can, yeah.
I'm gonna cast this.
Old person. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna assume he can't fight me since he's technically unconscious.
Perfect. All right.
Cross.
I'll just double check this. Perfect. All right. So you cast that. You cast hold person. Yet you continue to watch him move. And then you see coming out of his mouth as well 4 long, sharp fingers. And then very quickly beyond that,
Oh god, that old crone by the well was right.
You see the creature, like some sort of demon or devil, definitely a fiend, just tears out of the genasi on the ground. It's clear that this isn't the genasi transformed because you can see the remnants of it just kind of like scattered in the ground, kind of like a skin suit that's been ripped out of.
Gotcha. I mean, that's a gnarly creature. I think that I know what it is. I don't never messed with it, but I think I know what it is. But yeah. How do I deal with this? It's not gonna be
Well,
happy.
if you want to, we can enter combat. Unless you're.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're entering combat. And then you can roll your.
Yep. You gotta be kidding.
Hey, well, no, you still got it because you've got a higher dex. Genasi did.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna pop him onto a square just because he's like halfway off of one. So
Yeah.
there you go. Begin combat. Your turn.
Okie dokie. I'm kinda out of my element being so close right now. But you ready for some bullshit?
I'm always ready for bullshit when it comes to you, White. I am 100% ready for whatever fucking min-max and shit you have up your sleeve. I've been waiting for it. Let's go.
I'm gonna slash at it with my dagger. That's a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, so rolling damage. That's max damage. 8 slashing in total. I'm gonna use my bonus action to have my pseudo dragon attack.
Okay.
Because I technically get 2 attacks at this stage. Fun enough. Let's see here. Bite and stinger. I'm just gonna do stinger. Wait, what was that? Attack restriction. Can't attack. Okay. So 13. Does that hit?
A 13 also hits. Yeah. So is this is a con save, is it?
Yep.
Okay. And does it matter that he's a fiend?
Except if the fiend cannot be knocked unconscious
Okay.
or be poisoned.
Okay. Well, he got a 4 anyway.
He's back down to sleep.
God damn it. Let me just double check. Okay, right. Yes, he is back. God damn it, back to sleep.
So I'm just gonna assume this is not a genasi. I'm gonna walk out.
Okay, all right. So you and your pseudo dragon familiar just book it out of there. All right.
I'm
And with
just gonna
that,
back out. Not my chickens.
he is still
Hold on.
asleep.
I can do some shenanigans. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna smack him with something.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna cast this.
So
Wait.
it says that he needs to be a humanoid.
Wait, did I cast hold person or shatter?
Hold person.
Oh, I meant shatter. Sorry.
No worries.
That's 13 damage to it, and
Okay.
it'll wake up. I won't ruin your day completely.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, he is up then. or at least awake. He's going to use half his movement to stand up, and shakes off the shatter. God damn you!
Technically, I still have a bonus attack. Make the con save, buddy. I feel like I'm bullying you.
You are. All right. Okay. Okay. So this time I got a 13. I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky because I just
Am I
noticed something.
lucky?
It doesn't. It's not supposed to be 11. It's using my spell save DC, which is a 13. You beat it. You meet it. You meet it. You beat it. Yeah, he's up. My pet is like right next to him.
Okie doke.
So yeah.
All right. So gonna move around to his turn then.
Finally, after me getting 2.
Yeah. All right. So round to him. He is heading up here,
Ah, shit.
and he is going to attack. Yeah. So he kind of rolls around on the floor a bit, freaking out, kind of like an insect, before he gets up onto like all fours and sprints towards you. Then swings at you with his tail. It's kind of like the tail of like an ankylosaurus is covered in big spikes.
Yeah.
That is a miss. It's an 8, so it misses, but does he have multi-attack? Because I need to go all out on you. Yes, he does. So he's gonna swing again. That's a miss as well. I got an 8 again. God damn it. Right. Okay. He's
You get to be me this time.
yeah, that is his turn anyway. He kind of gnarls and foams at the mouth as he is getting very frustrated trying to hit you. Your turn.
I'm going to make a dagger attack. I'm assuming that hits.
Yes, it does.
Alright. Watch me roll max damage. Ah, close.
Pretty close. All right. So 7 damage. And just did you roll that on D&D Beyond or in?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
D&D
Cool.
Beyond.
Cool. You, damn you. Right. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. That's you've killed him with those 2 attacks. Plus, I was actually so I was concentrating so much on the Constitution save last time. I forgot to add the pseudo dragon's damage. So, yeah, he's dead as a doornail now. So, yeah, you stab him with your dagger and you stab him with your pseudo familiar or your pseudo dragon. Multiple times until he is riddled with holes and starts to leak black blood.
I just imagine this as, holy shit, run, stab, run.
Yeah. I like the idea that your familiars like definitely got that personality as well. Like he's like, shit, fuck, stab, run, shit.
Pretty much.
But yeah, you riddle this thing full of holes, and as you do so, it stretches out its clawed fingers towards you in one last attempt to like grab your ankle or something like that, but it's so weak that its hand collapses down in front of you.
I'm gonna stomp on its head. Double tap.
You're just rubbing it in now. Okay.
Sorry.
So as the last echoes of your battle fade away, a sense of dread washes over you. I'm sure there's definitely like accomplishment in there too, but a creeping sensation that gnaws at the edges of your mind. Despite your best efforts to resist, you can feel it, whatever it is, closing in around you. Its burning hot tendrils wrapping themselves around your very soul. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Shit.
Despite your struggles, you feel your thoughts becoming clouded, your will slipping away as the darkness envelops you. The last thing you see is your own body moving without your control, as though you're watching through a window or a screen before everything cuts to black. I'd love to give a great big thank you to all of my patrons, especially the Dastardly DMs, Whimsical Wisp and Moxie the Demon.